Hello?
Hello. Yeah, hello.
Who is this?
Yeah, I want to know who this is right now.
Who the hell are you?
Let me ask you a question. Why are you calling my girlfriend in the middle of the night?
I think you got the wrong number, buddy.
Don't make excuses, boy. You tell me who you are.
Let me tell you something.
Don't deny it, boy.
I'm a 70-year-old man.
You better tell me
I
the
don't
truth
call
right now.
women in the middle of the night.
Don't even know what I'm talking
And if
about.
you
I am
fuck
so
with
angry
me,
right now.
I
You
will
are getting
kill
me
you.
frustrated.
Come get me, boy. Come get me,
Stop
fuck boy.
yapping and listen. How long
And
has
I
it been
will
going
kill
on between
you.
and
I'm
her?
a fucking Marine.
Oh, really?
And I'm a fucking 5th degree black belt, and I will kill you. Who
You
the
be knowing
fuck
what's
are
going
you,
on,
you
no
fucking
doubt.
little piece of shit fucking scumbag? Call me like this shit? I'll fucking kill you, motherfucker. You ain't never meant nothing.
Spectacular. Crisp, cool air. Down by the sea. Like low 70s. That's where we'll be. Kicking. Down by the sea. Green pastures. That's where we'll be. In our own cabin. Down by the sea. Green pastures. That's where we'll be. Barney Miller. I got all kinds of toys and stuff under here. I'm like, oh, that's there. I haven't seen that in a little bit. Yeah, you got all kinds of stuff. Well, hello there, ladies and gents. We back. How you doing? How you doing? This is one of your hosts, Scott, along with Mr. Thaddeus Cranstonite.
Hello, hello.
How's it going there, buddy?
Super good, super good. Glad to wrap up a long day, a great day.
Busy day.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, and then we have a little vision. We got a little guy behind you there, Sir Sylas.
What up, Sylas?
What up?
Happy late birthday, brother.
How's it going, man?
Good to see you.
Teenager now.
Yeah.
If you ever need your yard mowed, that's your boy.
Cool. He likes moving.
If you just are just tired and don't want to mow your multiple acreage lot and you need a teenager to just do the work for you, and really $5-10 probably tops, even if it's a whole weekend, you'll do anything you need now.
Great. I'm glad you put that out there. Is that right, Sylas?
He already left.
Okay, cool.
I need crickets.
Hey, crickets.
He's gone.
Hey, but he would love riding that rider
All day.
right?
All day.
Everybody loves that.
That's going to be a new job for the boy. So it's going to help me out too eventually. I told him I'll do the edging and weed eating at first and get all that, do it with him, but he's got to mow the yard now.
Damn right. Yeah.
I mean, it's old. 13, I think, is a fair age. I could have done it a lot earlier,
Burn some calories, learn about the hubbub.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Silas is awesome.
He's been great, man. He's he's responsible, man. He just does things right. We had a great birthday week this last week. Oh yeah. He's a special boy, man. He's learning how to ride the golf cart. Trying to teach him how to drive.
I just saw Mike Myers going, special boy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. He just I have all the good words, to throw at him.
Great.
And just real proud of him and his little brother, man. They got the most epic chess argument. Sylas is really good at chess, and I think he's doing really good in his tournaments up at Madison. That there's a couple kids that are really good, but they're teaching him a lot too, so it's awesome. He's kind of consistently beating me now, and I'm kind of surprised about that because I thought I was fairly okay.
All right.
And have usually proven my chops a few times, and he's doing things that are a couple levels and stages ahead of me that I don't know how to defend yet.
Oh yeah, he's got the option map in his brain already.
Yeah, he's 2 or 3 plays ahead of himself now, and that's what I always told him is think you don't want to be playing the play right here. You want to be thinking about the next one after that move. You know what I mean? And get faster and faster with it, you know. And when we start playing, I try to play fast with him to confuse him, to make him not think, you know, and he'll just murder me. It's like I'm the brain that needs help now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
The master has become the student.
Yes.
Well, you just reminded me of the fact that this just doesn't matter, but the old Star Trek, I think they had like a Vulcan chess thing, and it was like 3 levels.
Dude,
I don't know how that works. But
that is awesome.
Start going on about next moves.
I've heard about this 3-level chess or something.
It's important that we talk about this.
I don't know anything. Man, I kind of want to know about it though.
There it is. We told you. You heard it second here.
Yeah.
No, but it was a great weekend. We got great weather kicking here. Scott's Garden looks amazing. Dave Summers was driving down by
Thank you.
the Tractor Supply. You're very welcome. And he hit a turkey going 55. It's like dinner time.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
It broke his windshield, though. I don't think insurance is going to handle that. But
God, man.
yeah, the turkey season
Super Dave, man.
is coming up in April, and they're busy. I seen a bunch of turkeys the other day. They make a real weird water drop noise sometime. Have you heard that?
No.
Instead of like the woggle that you always hear. I'm not going to do it.
Do you get a lot of them through the property?
Depends on what kind of season we're on the heels of. You know, did everything get pushed up or back, or where what's to eat? But they now is a time when they're busy, and I think mid-April is the short window of turkey season. But yeah.
So Dave's got dinner. When's dinner? When we going over to eat?
Well, he was offering me some. I'm like, man, we got a podcast tonight. But yeah, I think he's working on getting your tiller tuned up.
Oh, nice, man. We got to get Dave in to come sit down with us some night.
Yeah.
Or we'll take the show to him, or to your studio.
Stop calling me Orwell. Hey, sorry.
I like that.
But Dave's on the dragon fruit tip, you know, and Scott started that whole avalanche. We all got dragon fruit.
Nice.
Sam and I and Kyle probably set in 18 that you brought us.
Wow.
And we set in like probably 15 more, and it ain't gonna stop.
Like even the first, it's so amazing that you have them involved doing that. Like you guys, that's so awesome. It's when I go to here's how it all started in my brain is I got this little back porch area, you know, our area behind my pool wall here, and it's about 15 feet wide, and it's good 100 feet long.
I mean the grass strip on the south end?
Yeah, on the very back wall there, that whole little strip that I'm using as my little garden, little food forest area. Yeah.
It's an east and west ditch.
And it's like it was all overgrown all the way above the power lines, you know, and it was to provide blockage from the houses on the other end of the ditch too.
Florida had reclaimed it.
It totally. And there's like debris and trash. There's a duck. There's a concrete duck with no head.
Oh yeah, I got one of them.
And I want to put a different head on it. You know, like a different creature.
I understand why you want to do that, Scott.
And that'll go out front when that happens.
Cool.
But so that's there. And I was trying to grow some dragon fruit. Mr. Perry's got like an old fence that has dragon fruit all over, and he gets, you know, just tons of them every year.
Yeah.
And they're so good.
They are.
So he gave me some cuttings and told me how easy they were to grow. And so for the first couple of years, I didn't know what I was doing. They were just sticking in the ground there, and I didn't know, you know, the right setup for it or anything. And as I started clearing that area back there, I decided, you know, I was looking online, and everybody had this one way that they were doing the dragon fruit. And I was up at Tractor Supply, and they had, my mom does this in Kentucky. She has these heavy wire gauged, what are they, like fence sections?
It's a welded field fence.
And just, you know, turns into a half circle, you know, use stakes in the ground.
Super solid. You walk underneath it.
Totally.
Now it's got like an alien farm where you walk under, it's all these dragon fruit.
Yeah. And they did it with beans and gourds and things along that nature. And she made it even bigger, towards like twice as wide as that one. And so I was like, I'm going to make one like that, just in a mini way. And I'll throw dragon fruit on both sides of it. I'll start with the white ones because they grow so well. And then I'll pepper in some of the other species.
Yellow, red.
So I can get all three of them growing on the same area. But then that'll be like where the mothers of my dragon fruit are. And I can just
breaking off stuff.
Yeah. And just consistently.
So easy.
In this last summer, when they started flowering, I was amazed at the flowers of those dragon fruit. It was
He's got a companion plant, which is
a moonflower.
Next
so, YouTube is a heck of a application there. You can kind of search anything and find anything that you need to know. And they said moonflower is you got to be careful because it can take over a whole field. But as far as having it growing right there around the dragon fruit, it'll be, it's going to be flowering at night. So it's going to help those bees and everything and pollinate, and those dragon fruits can be kind of hard to pollinate.
So you got to have somebody that keeps the insects busy next to it. Is that what's going on?
That's pretty much the purpose. It's a companion plant. It helps each other pollinate and do their thing. And then when it dies off, that's when the dragon fruit's already done flowering and done, with that process for the year. And, man, I've gotten so many cuttings. There's probably 30 or 40 cuttings that are, a year away or more.
Yeah.
Very, like my dad's got them. It's kind of going everywhere, and it grows so well. I had 39 or 38 of them this last year, and this was only my second year. So I've been expanding it through different parts of the yard over to your place. And I always thought when you go to Publix, those things are $5 a piece sometimes.
Yeah.
2 for $5. And, we have Southmere Farms with the microgreens. My dad's got some at the house. He's going to hook me up with some too, he said. So I was like, heck yeah, man, thanks.
You got Andre.
He's so thankful for what you guys do for him.
Yeah,
with all that.
Pops.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And those microgreens are so healthy. They're so good. Like I've even taken some if I've had a little bit extra and you guys have given me a lot. I'll make shakes out of them and just throw them in there with a shake, and everything too. And they're fantastic.
Yeah.
But with all these different things that we're, doing with the food forest and growing, you got the farm out there. You've been visiting farms,
Yeah.
Doing all kinds of just interesting just work.
Meeting lots of farmers, lots of growers.
It's the ice maker out there.
Okay, I thought it was a tap on
But
the
these
door.
little portable ice makers, and Sylas and them just love grabbing the ice out of it. And, I don't know. They just
It's a
use it all
diggle
the time.
dabbler.
Yeah. But with all the stuff that we're doing, we got Andre down in Jamaica right now.
Yeah, he's touring farms, meeting lots of people.
And it's a lot of composting facilities.
Yes.
Down there in the growing down there, it's the soil. Tell me about it a little bit.
It's super rich. Everything explodes, and it's just kind of a perfect setup. I mean, everything grows, and apparently they don't have the Andre hasn't seen the citrus greening that we have here because I was chatting with him today. He's like, I'm standing next to a lime tree that's blowing up. My lime trees and all the other citrus stuff and all my,
Oh, I've had a lot of issues.
They're crankled up, and
I can't get one to grow anymore. They do, but they just,
but it's lush.
Greening.
Yeah, Jamaica is awesome, and
That's
he's down
amazing.
there touring.
Is South America okay with all the greening, or is that happening down there too, or is it Florida?
I think it's a global thing, but when I asked Dre, he kind of gave me the look like, enjoy citrus while you can.
Okay.
And he's telling me there's some big belt in Mexico that I think they grow the most of what we're eating even. But
Wow.
Side note, you ever ate one of them green citruses in Central America? They don't get orange because it ain't cold. I ate some of them a while back.
Mm-hmm.
I can't forget to share this with you. Is that cool?
Yeah. What you got there?
So we're talking about plants, and as you may or may not know, I know you know that my brother Chris, we call him Crane.
Mm-hmm.
He's a legend. He's got a green thumb, and he's got a keen eye for plants. So,
It's pretty amazing, actually.
he's
Just
been-
all the grafting and all the mangoes and all the banana trees that I see. It's fascinating.
since he was like a young teenager. And so cut to today, he was chatting me up talking about should I get some budwood from your persimmon, and should I graft onto these little other 2 new shoots that came up? I was like, hell yes. Anyways, he was explaining to me how right now there's a short window. I think last year he said that there's like a flip switch that goes on with the persimmons where right when they go into some kind of growth flush, that right before that there's a little window when you do all your grafting and stuff. And I'm just kind of saying it back. I don't know. I ain't going to school or nothing. But when he was done, I was fixing to leave, fixing to come here, and he walked up and he's like, check this out. So this is a piece of branch. It's like it's like 18 inches tall, and it's the persimmon, the tip of a persimmon branch, and it's dried out. It ain't got no leaves because it's just fixing to come back out. But there is this weird little nodule with the growth of mistletoe. He says a mistletoe seed must have, if that's what is a seed, hit in the right place when that plant was, I don't know, maybe tender in that, or had a little groove, but it's growing out of persimmon trees, and he had never seen it, and it's kind of bitching.
It's cool because it's we'll get a picture and everything, but it's
mistletoe parasitic, right?
It looks like if you were just to see it on the ground at first, you'd almost look like some kind of oak branch or persimmon branch, right? Some kind of just branch on the ground, and it's thin up on the top. You can see it's got budding, almost budding.
Yeah, no leaves.
Starting new growth, but no leaves. But then at the base where you see that nice little prune cut right there from Crane, just about 3 inches above it, there's just like, it's fat as heck right there, and then it goes to a real thin branch.
And it has a little teeny...
And then it just has a new growth of that's mistletoe, huh?
Yep.
And you see that in the top of oak trees a lot when you're driving around in the wintertime.
He told me there was, in particular, I think some kind of like a water oak or something, or pin oak.
Okay.
Above the persimmon tree, and he said it was just ate up with the parasitic mistletoe, and something must have dropped. It's kind of cool.
That's really cool,
yeah,
actually. Wow.
New and different, right?
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that, man. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Mistletoe.
That's what the astronauts get.
Yeah.
That tip. I already forgot
Nice.
the name of that rocket. It just went off. It was the big dog, though. You heard it the other night?
No, what one was it?
So we got
I heard it, but I feel like every time I sit down, I hear.
This was like the chunker.
Is it a?
What else? Prayers go out to all the surfers that hit the bottom at Pipe recently. A bunch of them got,
I heard one guy was hospitalized in real bad shape.
Yeah. Yep. And we're praying for him. It's gnarly.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah. Hopefully they bounce back, but Pipe has been giant, and I just catch the clips every morning. Nate Florence, I just watched one before I came over, but man, looking at when they got the GoPro on their head and they look back towards the beach after waves break, and you see that explosion, man, it's
does that wave there break all year round?
No, I mean technically, yeah, but the window is when the big storms come off of Japan and stuff. That's what they're getting, big northwest and west swells.
Which was it? February, March?
Most recent, maybe
March 2nd. Starlink mission.
Isn't that the heavy one?
Falcon 9 launched 21 Starlink satellites on March 2nd, 2 days ago. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a rumbler.
Cape Canaveral.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that was the glowy red one that was at night.
As a local here, I should be very schooled and talking to you like this in a very professional manner where I know what's going on with all the launch schedules, and I know nothing. I have paid no attention, and I feel inferior to your knowledge of spaceships.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I love that it's right there. And I should be this nerd that just like knows the schedule and knows what they're about.
Can't you see it on X?
And I can if I wanted to go to their website to look at it.
I thought you checked.
But it's not like I don't use like I check my email multiple times a day, but I don't check certain websites multiple times a day.
Same.
I might go to like YouTube at night and pull around, or in the morning I'm just going to go, hey, Alexa, tell me the news kind of thing.
Earth Null School, that's what I'm seeing the wind.
Yeah, and it's going to kind of throw some stuff at me or whatever. But I haven't been like the launches. Like I'll be sitting at work and I'll hear 2 of them within one sit down session of work.
It's very active.
And we laugh at it at work because it's like every single day you hear it now. And someone will go, hey, there's a launch coming up. And everybody's like, no one even responds to the person that says it out loud now because it's every day. And it's like,
because you've been parked next to it forever.
And that's not like, still though, it's very cool. Interesting and cool what we have. It's all happening here.
Yeah, it's quite busy.
And it's because we have a perfect location to do such a thing.
Yeah.
The
Cape.
Yeah, man.
and they're trying to call, because they flipped the name from the Kennedy Space Center back to Cape Canaveral because they want to, the Cape of the Canes, and now they call the new cemetery the the Canaveral Cemetery, right up where.
Did they change the name of it? I mean, so many things are changing names nowadays. I just have no idea.
It's Canaveral, but I'm saying they're kind of Canaveral is no longer just south of the Cape, that little community. It's kind of the whole.
Yeah, I was just throwing a Gulf of America joke at you.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Man, it's
It is a perfect spot though, because it is a cape, and the lee side of it where you can pull the ships in and out without being out in the so much chop. The shadow.
Fishing's been pretty good out there this past weekend. I heard.
Yeah,
it's beautiful weather. I was going to go Saturday morning for like an hour or two, and
beach fishing. Okay,
I was just going to go out there and take some pictures and kind of check the view out and everything. It was cold in the morning, then it got kind of warm, and I ended up just kind of getting chores done around here and didn't really take off. And Sylas, we had an awesome birthday party for Sylas on Saturday, where he at Fox Lake Park, and it's like my favorite park. And just got to sit out there and read for a little bit, and got to play Nerf gun battles. And there was like a wedding happening out there. There's parties over here, parties over there. Weather's couldn't be better.
Fox Lake is awesome in the winter.
Yeah, man. So how's so between you and Crane out there, you guys got all kinds of spring heat happening right now. The bananas seem like they're all popping up really good out back. I've been propagating, cutting things back, fertilizing, getting pots ready. We're going to do a plant sale outside here for my pops here coming up in a couple, maybe 3 or 4 weeks or whenever he's ready. And I know he's preparing over at his house and whatnot. You guys are preparing at your place. I see all the buildups happening over there. It's just amazing.
Yeah, we've been moving around a lot of planters and a lot of soil, just kind of getting it set up so we don't have to do the summer slog and do all the sweat work in the summer because you'll die.
I've really felt that understanding this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that real, like it's cool out right now and you want to go have fun and do things maybe, or you want to just like not get your butt out there. It's the perfect time to do this because you are going to regret it in the summertime.
When June gets here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, your efficiency, just unless you get up super early or work super late, it's just very taxing.
Got that right. And so it's in the studio too. Got a lot happening over there.
Yeah, been super busy in the studio, and Sam and Cody have been just slaying it, writing so much.
So you got these guys outside. They're doing dragon fruit builds. They're building these trellises out. You have given them the fever, haven't you?
Well, I think they had it, but they so enjoy it. Like we enjoy it, so it was easy. I didn't have to sell nothing. There's awesome and lend a hand and lots of calories. And they're like got a bright work spirit, very diligent. They crush. They don't mess around with like sitting around and
I love it.
Yeah, they get it done, and we're all pooped. Well, they're pooped. But old man Winnigan's.
When we get your hand back working again, man, we're going to all get out there and have some epic sessions, man.
Cool. Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. It's been incredible.
Yeah, man, we got a greenhouse to build. Dude, we got all kinds of fun things to do, man. I got all kinds of stuff to build. I got my little greenhouse out back over there in the corner, retarped and stuff.
I like that spot.
Yeah, man, it's a perfect little spot for everything. I'm having a blast, like just learning, and got my little pile of dirt over there that I'm using and kind of working with and throwing compost to it and kind of learning. That's what I told you I wanted to do. As soon as you got me vibed up on all this stuff, a few years back, I said, well, I feel a little inferior here. I have a little bit of a growing, part of me here that I have that's fairly okay, but the knowledge there, I want to level up and understand soil better. When you're talking to Andre and stuff like that, I want to be able to understand this stuff better. So when our business is flourishing and we're doing what we're doing, that there's no catch up happening there. So it's been just like a personal, we're all like building our inner souls up, and we're building all of our, you guys are building your music talents up and your abilities up. You got the studio humming right now. You got all kinds of new things happening there now. You got Sam and all these people coming over.
Rudy.
And, And
chill with
Rudy. Oh
today.
yeah, Rudy.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she's working on a new project now, or are they working on the same one? Or
No, she's got a spread of projects.
heck yeah, yeah. She was telling me a little bit about that, some of their interviews and stuff that they do and whatnot.
Yeah, she's on it.
That's so amazing.
Very awesome human.
Heck yeah, we'll have to have a little get together over here sometime. Maybe where we invite all the peeps over and have a little partay.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
for sure.
Get all the music going over here. I also want to get any local playlist music, because we have a little playlist we're throwing up there on YouTube,
Keep heaping it up.
and it's just local. I don't even know what it's called at the moment. It's just local Central Florida music, and I want to get as many local musicians on that playlist as well and make it public, so anybody in the Brevard County area, can search that playlist out if they want to hear local music and whatnot.
I wonder, does the Flying Monkey Butts have
I wonder.
some tracks?
Probably. I mean, I bet there's thousands of them that we don't have too, and the more we can get. So, I mean, you could always email us at lampinmedia@gmail.com. We got vivearmor@gmail.com. It's going to be another avenue with the Vive Farmer Studio where that podcast is going to happen. It's got artwork already. It's ready to rock. It's pretty much just getting it put up on the studio, getting the cables run, and just having that little siphon. And that's going to be that's going to be hot, man. I almost feel like Adjust the Mic might be the setup for that podcast at some point. Like, we've been doing this for a long time, and as everybody who's listened for any period of time, and if you haven't, and it's new for you, this has all been for fun, and it's all been to learn. It's been like an educational experience for us. It's something that, started off with just three friends who were huge fans of the Tom and Dan podcast, and we loved everything like Rural Radio 104.1. That was our stuff. Drew Garabo in the evening with Daniel Dennis and Mandy and all that, and doing the prank calls and make them say, And then you had Soul Brother Kevin, coming in with Tuttle and stuff on the Monsters, and then end up getting our own shows and go to different shows and different stations. And through all these years of printing T-shirts and doing all the things that I've done, Rural Radio has been one of those little epic stations, that I've been always listening to. And seeing Tom and Dan with the podcast, it inspired us, man. It's like, see what we can do over here in Brevard County and have some little fun. And it's fun, and we learned it was terrible for a lot, but it was so funny. We have so many funny bits and memories of that. That's so positive.
Yeah, you built something super cool.
And then to just, pick it back up again, the way we picked it back up again here, with Charlie and Colleen and Chris and everybody, me and Frank, and building it all the way back up to here, I just feel like Adjust the Mic it's just been a constant adjustment. So the name that Stan picked, for the podcast makes a lot of sense. And there's so many connections that were made through the podcast with artwork. We had Swervy Jones helping us with artwork, and he's this cartoonist in Orlando. He does amazing work. We met him at Cocoa Beach at a Tom and Dan event, and he climbed from the bottom balcony below us up to our balcony just to hang out with us and say hello. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's a madman in the best way ever. And he had the Swervy Jones podcast for a long time. And I see him all over on TikTok. And his artwork is unbelievable. He does cartoons for Tom and Dan, or at least he used to. I don't know if that's still going or not. But he would do it like full episode cartoons, animated, all with Tom and Dan, all himself, his art, in just an amazing way. Just absolutely amazing. And all these little connections along the way that have led all to this. Like, we did this Burn It Down show podcast for a little while, and it was J Flow and Dabs K and Computer, this girl Computer and Jennifer, and she was awesome at it. And she was the one that looked up all the information. You know what I mean? So hey, Computer,
okay,
let's look this up, or whatever.
The Jamie,
yeah, totally, and. They did a burger contest, and we judged it, and everybody came over and made their burgers. And Ross McCoy from Tom and Dan, and a comedian out in Orlando in the Milk District and whatnot, was a host with me. He was a host there, and just getting to get on a microphone with someone that you respect with that talent, and you just doing this as a fun thing, and you're almost like a fanboy of the whole thing. but to have a seat at the table and just have that optimism and fun time with everybody, it kind of gets, it has a thing to it, man. It has like a personal, you're like, oh, this is fun.
A little dopamine going on.
Yeah. And from there, then kind of, re-blossomed, with Charlie and everybody, coming all the way up into this with us. And look at us here.
It's a hot pocket here, y'all. It's a couple flip switches, and we're tracking. It's real easy. The vibe is good here, and congratulations, bravo.
Dude, hell
Well
yes.
done.
And think about this, Dad. Think about the first time you sat down in here with us and recorded.
Was it McJitterbugs?
To thinking about it right now.
You mean with the posts?
Just like, at first it was like a little hard getting any information out of you. We kind of, because you weren't sure where you were trying to fit in. It was a full respect thing. Cool. But you were just like, okay, Colleen and Scott are just going wild over here talking. Where the hell do I fit into this, jazz? And as time went, it kind of kept happening more and more and more and more. And then after we took another break for a while, like this whole winter, I'd say November and December was just a wipe, where we might have had one episode in. And when we came back from that, it's kind of been me and you, and it's for no reason other than just the natural flow. And Colleen's got her jobs. Like, I just talked to them. I was 5 minutes behind me. Remember how you invited me to Kelsey's the other day?
Yeah.
To go hang out and say hey to Nick and whatnot.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that so bad, and just everything that could have gotten in my way got in my way.
Well, the stars unaligned.
You know what I mean? It just my lunches are very unpredictable. So it's hard to knock down
Your
a
whole
day.
deal is busy and respect.
You could tell me sometimes, you'd be like, hey, on Monday, I need you. That's the day I'm busy. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Friday at noon, I'm sitting here at home just doing nothing, hanging out with the dog. You know what I mean? So it's just how it is. But very next day, Colleen and Brent are like, hey, I'm going up to Kelsey's to eat lunch. We're going to be at there at noon. I said, I'll see you there. At 12:20, I got there, thinking I would catch them on the tail end.
They're done.
They were already gone, eaten and gone. They said they served us so quickly and was so good that we were in and out. We thought you weren't going to be able to make it. But shout out to Colleen and Brent. Going to see them soon. They're going to come over for dinner and same.
Great.
Hold on here.
I hit that tortellini. It was so good.
Isn't that good?
Yes.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
And on the menu, it says it's one of Nick's favorites or whatever. And I was like,
the tortellini Josefina.
Yeah, I had to tear away from the usual, the spinach pie and a
I get a spinach pie every time now, right?
mini Greek with turkey. Yeah.
Every time. Allie, she's there right now working. And yesterday she was working and brought home, or Saturday, and brought home a pizza and a Greek, or Greek salad for me. Let's take a break here in just a second.
All right.
I need to clear my throat. Where were we?
Let me clear my throat.
We were just kind of talking about the progression of the show just now.
Yep.
Coming back from the break, we had a few topics I want to...
You got a hit list, right?
Yeah. I just had an inspection today for my house I want to talk about.
Crack that open.
We have a couple things happen this weekend that we'll figure out how to discuss in the best way possible. We already tackled the weather. We were going to have Sam on the podcast tonight, but something came up. I know he's busy.
Kyle.
We're going to find out what Sam and Kyle have going on here, and we will get them either on a phone call or in the studio here soon.
Yeah.
Because we want to share tour dates. We want to talk to them. We had them over one weekend, and I might have...
that was the icebreaker?
That was an icebreaker, and that was one, like, I'm going to flush this out here on the mic before we go to this break because it's kind of funny, and I think I have the nerve to say what happened.
All right.
We had this thing set up, and we're like going to have them on. I think it was on a Saturday or something. It was like a Friday night or something, and I ended up...
What went on Friday night there, sir?
I ended up partaking in a way... I didn't think that the mushrooms that I tried were going to...
next day
me and through the afternoon,
Yep.
And when you guys were on your way, like, I called you that morning and I tried to set up a whole diversion. Like, can we just not do this, please? Man. And you're like, well, dude, like, I think we need to do this. We're going to do this. We're coming over, dude. I think you can handle it. You're fine.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
I do. I didn't know I pressed.
How do you feel you pressed it? Like if you thought you were pressing somebody, how would you press them?
With a stern vibe, but I didn't press you.
You're
right?
like, I think we should, but if you don't want to, it's okay. But I think you can handle it. You'll be fine, right?
I left you a doggy door.
Yeah, you left me a doggy door, but and I was trying to go. I just don't think I can do it. Yeah, and I'm laughing and kind of not laughing and serious.
Didn't tell me that you were so taxed. You held back a little bit. So when I got here and you was all stretched out on the thing, I was like, oh damn, no, I feel like a dork.
I was worked. And y'all come in and I'm like, hey, T, why don't you just do the show, dude?
Handled it.
You were like,
choke.
And you came over here. You're like,
I was slaughtered from working and tired. And
is there anybody out there? And we were over there sitting down. And no, y'all were great. Y'all were joking and talking and Quill and everybody was picking up and just having a blast.
Yeah.
And I came over and I think I asked like one or two questions or whatever. And more than anything, the beautiful part of that time was walking around out back. And we got air plants for everybody. Got some staghorn ferns.
Hat tipped
passed around. We got everybody had like a good vibe, and it was great. That
was the icebreaker. They'll be back.
My brain though was on fire, dude. It was great. It was hilarious.
That's a good story.
Oh, that's funny. And then we'll go back and cut
Noah, right?
Yep.
Cool.
That's already like 30 minutes, so we were able to come back out of that and pop in these couple things and we'll flush it out. I love the Sylas part with the chest, and that goes over in the crane and the, and the stuff into the... We did a good job with that, right? You did a really good job with that. Like, you even picked me up on a few of them, like in a really good way. I liked everything that you did there. So thank you. Dude, this is great. This is great.
That's very strange. Can you hear the ocean crying? That's very strange. Can you feel the ocean dying? That's very strange. Just how the people stand by. That's very strange. And watch it all go down. That's very strange. Can you hear the ocean crying? That's very strange. Can you feel the ocean dying? That's very strange. Just how the people stand by. That's very strange. And watch it all go down. Help us, Noah. Help us believe. Receive you all peacefully. Help me, Noah. Help me see. Help me, ocean, says when she rise. You can always hear it, listen to the sound of the sun. Immerse yourself in it. You're supposed to be, or not to be. So what's to be in the mother ocean? Sweet past future, future, sweet past future, sweet past future, future, sweet past future.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to know who this is right now.
Why?
Let me ask you a question. Why are you calling my girlfriend in the middle of the night?
I don't call no girls in the middle of the night.
Don't
You got the
make
wrong
excuses,
number.
boy. You tell me who you are. Don't deny it, boy. You better tell me the truth right now.
I'm going to call the police because you're harassing me, and I have not called your girlfriend. I did not call your girlfriend in the middle of the night. You hear me, boy?
I'm so angry right now. You are getting me frustrated.
I'm not calling anybody.
How long this been going on between you and her?
I don't even know who she is.
Oh.
I don't even have a girlfriend. I'm single.
You've been knowing what's going on, no doubt.
Somebody gave you the wrong number. You're making a mistake, buddy. Okay.
Smelling salt.
We are back in action.
Hello.
Smelling the shots.
Salts.
Smelly shots.
Hey, you.
Let's start this back with some Irish pub talk.
Okay.
Daniel and Stevie host Sunday night trivia over at the Irish pub. The Irish pub might have been my first hole-in-the-wall barish kind of situation before they revamped it and built it up to be as awesome as it was when they rebuilt it. And it still is, man. It just, I remember being this long, straightaway bar, that you'd go into, and it wasn't in the best shape overall. It needed a lot of work, but, man, they had so many loyal customers and so much character, and the owners were just great people. Just great people, and I always had good experiences there with them. I knew Audrey that worked up there. My friend Alan was a friend of hers from the early days. Long history. A lot of fun nights, St. Patty's Day nights.
Is Craig hanging up there?
Didn't see Craig. I saw...
or he lived behind it.
Oh, did he? I'm not sure.
Maybe.
I love that little back area that they've always had back there. We've had some of our own little mini events there. But every Sunday night, I haven't done trivia there in years, but we used to do trivia there every Sunday night. You have a whole crew together and just a really good time. The tiebreakers, you take a quarter and put it between your crotch, and you walk down, you got to drop it in a shot glass.
Between your what?
Your crotch or your butt cheeks or anywhere you can hold a quarter while you walk without hands.
Okay.
And then when you get to where it is, you just got to release, and hopefully that quarter drops into that shot glass. It's kind of funny.
All right.
Both people got it the first time in their first try. It was pretty intense. It was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But anyway, we kind of had a sad day on Sunday. We had a funeral to go to, and I won't say anything more. Just a real shout out to the family, and saw a lot of people there that I knew, and
Celebration of life
for sure. It's just an amazing person, and you hate to see those things happen. So within that, it turned into, well, let's go get something to eat, and let's go to the Irish pub and have a couple beers and some fish and chips, and let's have a time. And ended up going up there, and it was packed, and just had a great evening.
Nice.
Riley, little Riley, he's Larkin's son. He was helping us with some of the math questions. We were arguing math, and you can't use phones, and everything. We got second place or third on the first round. We got last place in the second round. The third round, we were like middle of the pack, and then we won the last round. And just a great time. And I got called out, man. It was kind of funny. There was a couple of birthdays, and then Daniel says, and we got this guy from the Adjust My podcast sitting over here, Scott,
Yep.
And I was like, oh shit, I didn't expect that, man. What the hell?
Spotlight.
And it was just really cool, man. It's I've known Daniel for years now. He's helped run over there at the Pier 220. He's known Donovan and Steven from they were the previous host, of this trivia for years. And they just got the tradition still going, him and Stevie. Stevie's fantastic. I love them. They're big Tom and Dan fans. Stevie's a huge Tom and Dan fan. She goes on the Semantics podcast a lot, and Daniel and whatnot. And they spend time together, and it's just really cool, man. I love seeing that. I love that connection with Tom and Dan. I always will. And just the people behind it and people that listen to them. If you listen to them, you're good with me for the most part, man. Unless I know something wrong, because they're just all hilarious, good people that know how to let things go and just have a good time.
They got the warm hearts.
Totally, 100%. So he razzed me 2 or 3 times to make sure I was going to talk about this. this encounter that we had.
Oh, here it is.
And we are having this encountered experience.
All right.
Right here for you, Daniel, buddy. We love you, man. Stevie, I love you. Thanks for you guys. Just do a great job up there. Beers are flowing. They do these little $3 shots, in between rounds. And our team name, it's kind of like a raunchy trivia.
Okay.
So our team name was we had a round table. So we were the round table of cunts.
All right.
And especially Andrea.
A little rub in there.
Yeah, Larkin kind of threw that in the end there. So every round, it kind of turned into Andrea the cunt, conversation. It was pretty funny. So yeah, that was our Sunday night, and thanks for just showing us a great time. Definitely get up to the Irish pub. So you know where it's at, right?
Yeah.
When's the last time you've been up there? I guess Shepherd's Pie. Man, I love Shepherd's Pie.
Same.
One of my favorite things is their black pepper tuna, seared tuna. It's just really good. The ginger they use is like different. It's like a real ginger.
Now I'm definitely going to go do that.
Oh yeah,
soon. Like you can't put that up there.
Right over there next to Hobby Lobby there at the old Miracle City Mall. What is it now? What is it? What is it called now?
I don't know.
What is that little plaza? It's not Titusville Plaza. It's something Miracle City Plaza, right?
Is it?
I have no idea.
I just remember Miracle City Mall forever.
Yeah.
That's weird how they built the cycle shop way back there in a little cul-de-sac deal.
Yeah.
It
is weird. And then you got Searstown. Half of that's torn down, right?
Yeah, they've been chewing it.
And I think there's like an antique mall little thing that they're doing where they rent booths and stuff. I've never gone into it, but
me either. I was doing a drive-by.
Yeah.
I'm going to go sideways here and say, didn't you do a bunch of work this weekend getting ready for some button up?
Oh man. You want to hear it? Okay. Yeah.
Just have some insurance gig.
Today, all the pressure went away.
All right.
I don't know. You've been hearing me for like a month or so now just bark about this insurance. And if we know the state of Florida, when it comes to homeowners insurance, a car insurance, flood insurance, all the roof, situations. And when I bought this house back in 2020, O'Brien Construction came out and did our inspection, and O'Brien did our, everything, the 4-point inspection, the wind mitigation, the whole thing. They did such a good job. I'm walking around with that guy. He taught me so many things about this house, and it was just amazing, right? It just heartfelt. When it came to get my insurance, my homeowner's insurance, I used that 4-point inspection and that wind mitigation and got a really good policy at a really good price first year. So I'm in year 4 right now of this house, coming into my 5th year. Year 2, it went up a little bit, but it wasn't bad. I didn't even say anything that said renew. Last year, that $27 to $100 or so went up to like $7,600.
I won't forget that number.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I'm freaking, because that's a lot of money going up on your monthly, mortgage. And I've never paid anything close to this. What the hell? And you get on the internet and everybody's freaking, everybody's predicting the end of the world. Florida is going to be underwater. Insurance is all running out of town. So I'm panicking. And last year, I remember a couple people asked me about my 4-point wind mitigation. In my previous house before, I bought this house, I rented for 5 years. And before that, I owned for about 8 years, right? In that house, we had Alan Duncan, and they just every year just got us a new policy. We never heard anything. It was all within the same range every year. There was never any big spikes or anything that that I could remember ever stressing about. But I remember every year I had to make sure my policy wasn't getting canceled. Or if it was getting canceled, who was the new provider to sign your little contract, and then it'll go into escrow, and your monthly payments might get adjusted up or down by a little bit, right? Fast forward to today, this last year when it went to 7,600, I ended up doing some homework, and I got it down to like 55, pretty good for, what I was up against, but I wasn't happy. This year, I kind of forgot and got lazy and didn't do any of the work that I was supposed to do as far as getting some of the things done to this house with the frames. They got these toenails that you can hammer into all your bases of where the roof of your house connects to the side of your house and whatnot.
Yeah.
And there's toenails and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I knew there were some areas in the roof in the attic where Sylas's room is that I wanted to throw some of those all the way down from the top brace on both on the front slope part of the house, and then I wanted to get into the garage, and I wanted to get some spots there, and then I was going to go to the top of the garage, and put these other little braces in and hammer them in, but I was going to have to stay on a pretty tall ladder to get up to that.
Did they get on a ladder to go up there?
So I'm going through this year, and I'm getting people saying you're going to have to go to Citizens. I can't do it. I'm panicking. Okay. So you're hearing the panic from me over the last, about a month and a half or so. I'm sitting here kind of getting all these quotes, and people are coming back to me. Do you have a new, a drain underneath out here? Do you have this? Do you have, and I'm saying yes to this, no to this, you know what I mean? And they're going, well, you're just going to have to go to Citizens because they're not going to sign anybody that has this wrong or something. And I'm going, well, Jesus Christ. And I'm looking at my old wind medications, and I'm seeing the problems, so I'm trying to go on Amazon and buy the right parts so I can come through and work on stuff. And I meant to do this a couple of years ago even. It's just, I start getting in other projects and do other things first, and you don't take care of probably some of the important things you want to take to get you a better deal. Like when you have hurricane shutters,
and
when you
not have to do it all at once.
To where when your insurance quote comes around every year, you're not having to explain yourself and battle for a good cost. If you come through and you got all the right things checked, you're going to get a good policy still for the most part. So in saying that, I've learned a lesson. I need to tackle some things that I've been wanting to tackle, and it's nothing that's really wrong with the house, and I'm totally up to code and spec on everything. But there's certain safety things and things that you can put into your house that gives you a better wind rating, a better this rating. And if they're done the right way, it's good.
Yeah.
So I've been stressing this whole weekend. I've been, getting in the attic. I've been, my hands kind of cut up a little bit in a couple spots from some hammer jabs and whatnot. And, fast forward to yesterday, we have a funeral. We go out and, go to the Irish pub and do this trivia and everything. And the whole time in my brain, I'm going, I should be in the attic. I should be nailing these footers and doing this and doing that. And that's just my brain. And today at noon, my 4-point and wind mitigation inspection is, the guy's coming over. So I get over here about 10 o'clock from work. I get here early and get my clothes on, run upstairs, start kind of getting the last couple nails in because I was behind, and I'm in my garage. I got the truck out of the garage, and I'm kind of getting some of the footers, done. And then I got the ladder preset to go way up high. My neighbor Kathy comes over. She said, "What are you doing over here?" I explained it to her. She's like, "I need to get in your backyard. The dog's got my dog's red ball. I threw it over, and they're mad. They want it bad." So I'm like, "Oh, no problem." We walk around the whole backyard. No red ball to be found. The dogs are with us. Oh, what are we looking for? They're looking around, smelling. They're right there with us. Like, hey, what are y'all looking for? And she's like, "I know I threw it right over here. It's in this little area." I'm like, "I bet one of them got it and hit it." She's like, "Yeah, but they're right here with us. Like, what's going on?"
They done hit it already.
On the break just now, me and T just walk out back on the back porch here real quick. And who's laying on the couch with the red ball? Loki.
Yep, guilty.
I said, "Loki, give me that ball."
She wasn't having it.
She ran outside with it. She wouldn't even let me get it because she got that stank on it from the dogs next door that she wants to.
She finally got that.
Oh, man.
They've been wanting that for a long time.
They're nose to nose every day, man. Just loving life.
So did you cap it up in 2 hours?
So within all that, noon, I don't get very much done in the garage. I got like a couple up top, and I got pretty much all the footers done in the bottom part of the garage. Here comes the guy. Hector, you're the man, bro. I was all nervous. I had all the metal connectors and things over there. I'm like, God, dude, I've been here all weekend working on all this stuff. So I want to get the best, on this I can for my insurance. And he just walked me through every step of the way. He showed me the good things, the things I could do better at, the things that I could do to improve more. And then like when I was trying to get up into the very top of my garage here, that was going to be the hardest thing to do. And it's up there with a hammer, and you're trying, and you got no space, so it's like a weird little setup. He goes, don't do any of that. You don't need to do any of that. It's not going to help you. It's not going to do anything. He goes, everything you did on the footers here, and then when we went up to the attic, everything you did there saved you a lot of money. You did it right.
That's cool.
And he said, now, if you want to go a step further in this and this, you can do this, and that'll help you save a little more. My water heater was it's like one of those 110,000 or 110 gallon, and it's solar as well, and it's like from like 2012 or something. I could get a new one and a smaller one that hangs on a wall, and it has solar too, and is more efficient and everything down the road. But that thing right there is very valuable. I can get probably 10 grand for that thing.
And it works.
Yeah, and it works.
Over, right?
Yeah. And it works great. I never run out of hot water here. So, all the pressure's gone. He leaves. I get the reports. I get it turned in. We start getting quotes. I got the perfect quote today.
That's great.
I got like a $3,400 quote.
That's cool.
So cheap, dude.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
That's a lot of extra money per month on your escrow. Like last year, I had to peel out that extra $5,000, to keep the rate down, because I like my monthly payment. My monthly payment's like what people are paying for rent around here on a 2-bedroom, 1-bath.
Yeah, $7,000 is a big shark bite.
And having that on a year to pop down on top of the car insurances going up, and on, Allie having a car now and stepping up in the world, and just inflation in general, man. Just all the inflation's hitting us right now. And
nice cushion today.
Man, it just
blessings. Yeah.
Glad to be past that, man. I hate all insurance. I have a real problem with insurance. Not the agents, they're all sweet and nice, and they're all doing their job and doing their best. But the little scribblers behind there with the math equations and the checkbooks and the money that they're taking from us, I don't like those guys.
Yeah, it's foggy.
And they're like, we're going to leave Florida. We don't like it anymore. We got $10 billion. We don't want to pay out. Bye. And then we're fucked. I hate it, man. Then a hurricane comes through and freaks everybody out, and insurance, like the insurance, like you think about it this way. Over in Africa, a storm starts forming, and it starts getting a name to it. They're like, it's going to hit Florida. And all the people that live here are like, are we going to leave, or are we going to hunker down? And it starts getting closer and closer and closer. When it gets really close, a certain amount of people start scattering. When that thing's in the middle of the ocean, insurance is gone. They've already packed up, left, taken all their money with them, and said, good luck. We'll see what happens on the other end. Every time.
Man, you just reminded me of that feeling when one creeps up and it gets to South Florida and it wants to go up the middle slow, and everybody's like nail biting. You can't really run. You can't go east or west. You just got to, everything's congested. Man. I hate it when they slow crawl from the south.
There was one that did that, and it was hitting some pretty hardcore tornadoes in Melbourne. And I remember my kids were in Melbourne at the time.
I remember that.
Yeah,
that little, and they got the new radar or whatever. They can see I saw a graphic.
The double Doppler?
The purple sparkles are like, that's super high altitude, electricity or whatever. That's, or wind or whatever.
Yeah.
That's a tornado kind of deal. They can really see them now.
They really can, man. It's pretty amazing. And there was some in Titusville popping up, and it was intense, man.
Those little the bands, a lot of time them outer bands, you think when the eye hits, not going to be good, but
yeah.
If you even get rocked by one of them outer bands, it's all fired up. It's like a little ring of tornadoes in a tornado.
It's insane. That's some of the toughest and worst parts of it. I got to say, like, just from where we're located, and that's another hat tip to Cape Canaveral and why shuttles and rockets go up there, because the statistics do show.
We did get our own upset here with the statistics of the back-to-back on top of a pre-wetted kind of deal when we flooded. That was an anomaly, but by and large, right, we're a get a miss.
Yeah, we got a lot of rain on that one. That was probably the worst part of that one. And before, it was just I remember one storm sat on top of us for a few days and just dumped on us. And I think it was right before the final one came through and really hammered us.
It was 2.
Yeah, man.
The ground was all saturated.
But I mean, by far and means, when we get those winds around here, it's usually just kind of, there are some power lines, there's a lot of fences, but it kind of cleans up all the trees and everything kind of freshens and growth, and it's kind of good, to get some of that wind kind of come through and clean up your air and kind of.
Yeah, we don't want the brutal tornadoes, and we don't want the bum rush that they got up north, and there's still
storm surges, big heavy flooding
coming in hard. Yeah, that's weird stuff, man.
But so we're super fortunate here, man. We live in a great place for that,
and the weather has been great. We got little bouts of rain every now and then that keep the ground from turning into a crackle, fire deal.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
So what else? What do you got going on this week?
The rest of this week, I'm happy to announce that it's a bunch of production stuff in the studio, and not a lot of the bullshit. The life.
Yeah, about to start writing that book, putting it on the air.
Yeah, we'll get back to.
What are we going to title this book, man? It's going to be the Teography. A trilogy.
I'll be a strong advocate.
Yeah.
By my own mission.
Oh man. I got a dentist appointment Wednesday. Sylas has a haircut tomorrow. Thursday, tattoo session number 3.
Oh.
So we're gonna get some more work done to the arm.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of this work?
Yes.
This one? All the new stuff?
Man, I ain't seen the new stuff.
Oh yeah. Jocko over at Da Vinci over on Garden Street is taking care of business.
Yeah. I mean, what I've seen looks epic.
I got titties on my arm. My first pair of titties on my arm. They're little titties.
That's new.
But I got them.
The ear?
Oh, yeah. I got the ear.
I'd love that.
Somewhere back there. Right there. Isn't that cool, man? Garden of Earthly Delights. And every time I get like the second session of seeing him, he's like, I had no idea that this existed. And now I just can't get enough. Every time I'm sitting there writing and, trying to come up with the next part of your design, I'll start researching it and reading about it. And then I start getting into it a little bit more. And then it's like
it's a deep well.
I got the perfect person to do this with me. You know what I mean? And, we're taking 4, 5, 6, 6 hours probably, I guess, each time so far.
Right sleeve.
And just kind of getting it done, man. A little bit at a time. I'm going to try to at least get one session in a month. Yeah,
maybe when you're done, we can do like a tattoo-isode where we like, you can go through it.
Tattoo-isode.
Like you showed me the meanings and how the pull-up,
And I'll say this, because at first I had this whole thought process of taking just the top part of being the dark part of the painting, and I was going to take the elbow middle part and have that be kind of like it's a little gnarly. There's some weird stuff happening in the painting, but not, as bad as and crazy as the dark stuff. And then I was going to have like, real pretty flowery, or not flowery, but like little birds flying around
the joyous,
my arm and
hopeful zone.
So that way I can wear my short sleeve and still be okay. And
PG rating.
You know what I mean, for business stuff. But the more we kind of keep doing this and add in too, he's like, well, we're just kind of having fun with it right now. Like we're going to be picking pieces with the other, and we're still going to do the birds down here. But we're and I even put a couple side pieces that are not part of the painting to put in there, my own little Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Where other people might not know that that's not part of the painting, but I'll know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I wanted to kind of have that aspect to the kind of like a Ready Player One, where it's the Easter eggs, and all the video games back in the day, like that 80s little Easter egg vibe of finding the hunt of the. So I got a couple of those going on, and I'm really excited about it.
So when's it going to be wrapped? Ballpark.
End of the year, maybe.
Okay, so Christmas,
maybe probably before that. I mean, we'll just see how the money goes because it's not cheap. But as far as I think I got like 5 more sessions. I think 4 or 5 more sessions, and then I'll do one button up. final where he's going to add a little bit of one color, just one color, a little bit of color to it, and then maybe some grays shading up in the top shoulder. And there'll be some white. There'll be some white highlights that, highlights, the white doesn't last forever, but for years I'll have like a real nice highlight.
Popping.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be really cool when it's done.
That's really cool.
Because right now it's just in its raw form. Like all of this little area right here is still kind of healing and lightening. Because this top part is already, a whole session before and it's lighter already, like to where it's going to be. And then this is still at the healing stage. It just got done where it was scabbing and everything. So now that's all kind of gone. And yeah, it's cool, man. I love it.
It is.
Yeah, super happy. Well, let's end the show.
I got a footnote.
Let's footnote it up.
My bad.
No bads.
When you asked me what was going on, Arista, Flagman is rallying on Wednesday, and
Bike week?
No,
I know,
but
they're rally.
They're going to be doing some rehearsing. And
are they going to rallies to eat fries?
They know a kid, or they got this young man that plays the drums. He's really good, and he's flying in, and they're going to go through a set, and I think so. They're going to catch a rehearsal. I think Thursday night, and Brinko is going to do his light painting photo shoot that he's always, just for years.
Yeah.
So it's cool. And then they, I believe they start their tour, and the first gig is in Jacksonville,
Florida.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. And didn't you tell me something like one of them was on Adult Swim, like a song that you guys were messing with, or that they maybe recorded with you?
They
or something?
wrote, and we tracked it at our studio, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's and we'll put it on it's Snooze Quest.
Wow,
it's bitching.
Is there a certain show it was on, or
I'll get you that.
Fine. Yeah.
It's pretty much Snooze Quest, and it's
anything with Adult Swim is just absolutely hilarious. I mean, Aqua Teen Hunger Force was my jam for years, dude. Squidbillies, I love that.
Yeah, that's Flagman.
I love it. And Flagman, I've been saying this since you kind of showed me their stuff. It's like Primus. They had the song that has the Primus name. My mother, Primus slept with my mom. I think it is, right? Is that what it is? And it was such a good song. Like it was on TikTok, and I was hearing them. Their social media game is on point. Just super proud of everything that they're doing.
Yeah, they're crushing, and like I said, they've been writing a lot, and they've got a lot of new connections. I think their manager, and I think is it Pat, the video guy?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's Port St. John. Shout out. And he's been jamming with Kyle and 8 Minute Miles. He plays the bass as well.
Love Kyle, man.
Forgot where I was going.
So much talent.
Yeah.
Well, let's just throw the shout outs to all these guys. Kyle, we got to have him on the show. Sam, both of you guys together, solo. Kyle, if you just want to come in one time.
Yeah, they're going to.
Any tours that you guys got going on, share that stuff with us, man. Whenever we got studio sessions going on, we'll start getting schedules down so we can start sharing things properly on the media and whatnot. We love you guys, man. Episode 213. We're just super thankful, man. Like we
are very thankful.
Everything's going very well. Everything is progressing as it should be. Everybody's healthy and happy.
Staying in the light.
My son's a teenager now. Happy birthday, Sylas. We're super proud of you, dude. Allie's about to turn 17. We got a shout out for
Otis Ocean Odenettle.
Otis Ocean Odenettle. Congratulations on your bay.
Welcome.
B.
Yes.
It is a special experience. The photo that I see that T sent me with just your face and just glow.
Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan, man. Just that glow.
And the fam.
Was it's an experience that fathers know, and I know it. And it's makes you tear up, and it's amazing. And congratulations to your wife and to you to have a beautiful family in California, living the life that you live. I don't think anybody would want in any other way. It's a beautiful thing, and just thankful to know who you are and be your friend. And I wish you and your family all the best. And
highest blessings.
Very much so. Very much so.
Daisy's in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. Saying you're gonna be alright. Daisy's in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. Saying you're gonna be alright.
Dude, that's just killer. Oh, dude, that was awesome.